Every once in a while, you bump into a special kind of low IQ, one that perks and irks your rational antenna. Listening to these types of individuals, you can feel intuitively that they're full of shit and that they lack the necessary brains to qualify them as an intellectual. But yet somehow they roll words off of their tongue in a way that seems interesting and accurate. Almost as though they're speaking truth. Almost. It's like their profession is to run their mouth in a nonsensical way. It's like they are comedians. Oh wait, they often are. In our newest case study, a clown in full bloom keeps popping up. She goes by the name Francesca Fiorentini. Like Cenk Uygur, Dave Smith, and Bassam Youssef, she's full of intellectual manure. Therefore, she appeals to the progressives who have a disposition of consuming childish narratives. Let's take a look at this jokester and see what we can learn, if we can learn anything, from her great wisdom and insight.
Here's the world that Trump wants. Trump wants a world where all these wars are over quick. Tommy said it herself, right?
What's wrong with that?
Look over in Israel. Well, what's wrong with that is 25,000 women and children killed in Gaza, having been suspected militants or not militants or who cares, or they were in a neonatal unit in a hospital waiting for their child to survive a war as they gave birth early. So that's what's wrong with just allowing any one of our allies to do whatever they want.
Hamas also keeps their military stockpiles underneath of schools and hospitals, something that she's conveniently ignoring because she has taken on the Hamas propaganda and made it her own. Congratulations.
No, congratulations. So it's cool to kill a bunch of preemie babies in their incubators. Is that what you're saying? It's cool to fire upon hospital workers. It's cool to level colleges and universities, Tommy, because supposedly there's Hamas units under them. Is that what you're saying? It's okay. This is all collateral damage. Like, do you read the newspaper? Do you understand like what's coming out? But like, whatever, it's fine. The fact that everyone's so triggered when anyone talks about the truth shows you what side needs the propaganda in this genocide, and that's Israel.
When you listen to gobbledygook like this, do you finish the video feeling smarter? I mean, that's a serious question. You should ask yourself that when you listen to influencers. Do you finish a video from Francesca feeling smarter, wiser, more intellectual, more spiritual? By asking yourself this question, it'll help you choose your intellectual diet a bit better. Personally, I despise this format altogether. The Piers Morgan format is a feces throwing contest. It's a format that's designed for people to throw tantrums on, whereas one-on-one, long-form, podcast-style conversations have a lot more potential to yield meaningful and valuable fruit. The problem is, those formats are not as entertaining to low IQ humans. It's not clickbaity enough, it's too long, they don't have the attention span, so on and so forth. Well, I'm sorry. To build intelligence and wisdom requires a lot of time investments. If you're not ready to invest your time, you will not get there. Let's look at and analyze Francesca's entire modality of communication. First of all, the tactic of just saying a bunch of things and hoping that one of them sticks. I don't know if it's a fallacy, but it certainly isn't intelligent. Francesca does that a lot. She just says stuff. She'll throw in benign comments that are supposed to prop up and build her case. But if you take each individual one and break it down, it all crumbles. It all falls apart. She'll throw in something like, they just found mass graves that Israelis... Calm down. Don't make such statements. Relax. They just found some stuff. And this lie, just like every lie before that, will be dispelled with evidence and IQ. Relax. She's like the quintessential type that, like when Hamas when a rocket landed in the hospital parking lot and the world went upside down, that Israel bombed a hospital. It's those types of statements. Calm the fuck down. Israel didn't line patients up and execute them and bury them. It's all hogwash. There will be evidence on it. And every single lie, every single propaganda, every single conspiracy gets refuted with real evidence, and it withers away. The problem is, these statements, they already do the damage. So people like Francesca who just throw these types of things in, they are no different than propagandists like Jake Shields, Jackson Hinkle, They just say shit. So that's low IQ alert number one. Stop just fucking running your mouth and saying random shit. Let's look at another example. She brings up, as they all do, 25,000 women and children killed. After making that point, she throws in these fillers. Also, it's cool to kill preemies in their incubators, but like whatever, it's fine. But like whatever, it's fine. It's cool to fire upon hospital workers. It's cool to level universities because supposedly there's Hamas members underneath it. These are all low IQ fillers that emanate out of people who don't know how to build an intellectual argument, a moralistic argument, and have head-on, no buzzword, no hyperbolic conversations. One of the reasons we don't have to justify the body count is because we have moral precedents for the action that we take. The reason I never argue about it's 30,000, it's 20,000, we could believe Hamas, we can't believe, it's all irrelevant. Why? Because there's no difference between one civilian casualty and 50,000 civilian casualties if the action that we are taking is morally sound. If you believe that we are ethically correct, morally correct, and that all the civilians are casualties of war, collateral damage, human shields, whatever it may be, it's very unfortunate, it's very sad, but that's a side thing, that's emotion. We can deal with that separately. If you believe in that truth, then the number doesn't matter. Instead of making a coherent argument, bringing forth something that could be debated, refuted, you just throw things. Throw. See, wow, I overwhelmed you with so many buzzwords and so many taglines. It's like I won the argument. I go home feeling great. Fucking imbeciles. Here are simple, straightforward, no BS answers to these repetitive, nauseating questions that keep coming up. Granted, 20, 30, 40,000 innocent, define innocence, innocent women and children have been killed in Gaza. Is the Israeli offensive morally justified? The answer is yes. Is it cool? These stupid fucking buzzwords. Cenk Uygur uses these. Hamas are stupid. You don't use the word stupid with Hamas. You don't use. They're bad guys. They're dumb. No, they're fucking barbaric terrorist animals is what they are. I love how they downplay these. And then over here on the opposite side. Is it cool to kill preemie babies in their incubators? No, there's nothing cool about it. Israel didn't ask to be in this war. If preemie babies died in their incubators because there were Hamas terrorists in the hospital and the hospital got hit, that is legitimate. It's justified. Very sad. As I said, we could deal with emotions later. Justified. Simple as that. But like whatever, it's fine. No, not but like whatever, it's fine. We have a moral compass. We have ethics and law by our side, and we follow it. And therefore, we sleep at night because we understand that the action that we are doing is morally justified. It's not but like whatever, it's fine. We're not children. We're not on the campus here. Free Palestine. We're not fucking toddlers. We have principle. We have well thought out positions. Then she says something about the fact that everyone gets so triggered when you talk about the truth. I love how she just claims the truth after she vomits a bunch of nonsense. I especially find it comical when progressives who are rooting for Hamas talk about having truth by their side. It's cool to fire upon hospital workers? No, it's not cool. And the last time that Israel mistakenly hit a convoy or a vehicle that had aid workers or whatever in it, they apologized and they came clean about it instantly. So no, it's not cool. There's nothing cool about war. It's cool to level universities because supposedly there are Hamas members underneath it. I don't know where the word cool comes in here. I don't know why war has to be turned into some type of word game. There's nothing cool about it. It is morally sound, though, and I don't know why Palestinian supporters and Hamas supporters have such a difficult time wrapping their head around this. If terrorists have tunnel entrances in hospitals, schools, residential houses, all of those structures then become legitimate military targets. End of conversation. And it's not a question of if they do. We've already seen dozens and dozens and dozens of footage released by the IDF, uncut drone footage of these entrances in 2-year-old, 3-year-old bedrooms. So yes, it's absolutely justified and legally sound. And then she ends with, it's clear what side needs the propaganda. as she places that on Israel. These low IQ clowns are so morally and ethically depraved that they will literally say anything to grow a following, to push their narrative. They could not care less one iota about truth, about evidence. And again, this comes back down to just making statements. Everyone knows that the Palestinian propaganda game is unmatched. They are 100% doing a much better job at it. Why? Because when you don't have truth by your side, all you have is that. You dedicate everything to it. Gazans will literally sacrifice their children for world sympathy. That's propaganda. Hollywood level production going on in Gaza with the fake scenes that they create, with the dust and the fake blood and the fake bodies and the crying and all that garbage, that literally takes place in Gaza. That does not take place in Tel Aviv. The endless troll farms and bots and even on X, the biggest propaganda accounts being promoted endlessly. That's why us Israelis, we need the propaganda. The whole reason we're in this mess, the whole reason that half this world believes nonsense, that the reason that half this world is falling for the idiocy, the morally bankrupt outlook that fundamentalist jihadi terrorists are somehow in the right, is because of their propaganda. And dumbasses, idiots like Francesca, just like the idiots on campuses with purple painted hair and confused about what gender they are, gobble this nonsense up and spew it back out. It's mind-boggling that somebody like Pierce gives such uneducated, low IQ personalities a platform to spew their nonsense. Moral of the story is, don't be like Francesca. Use your fucking brains. In today's day and age, with information being at our fingertips, being low IQ is absolutely a choice. You can choose today, you know what? I don't want to be a fucking idiot anymore. I want to get educated. I want to learn how to think. Peace.
Leave a like and subscribe.